Hi, this is iYikKam time again. So in the recent few days, there are many discussions between me and quite a few Chinese martial art practitioners from different styles around the world on the topic of the creations of the Jack Ma and Jet Li, and also people bring out something what my ex-student talk about and Wing Chun and so forth. So after this many days of discussions, and I like here to share with you, I want you all to base what I'm talking about with this video, not other people else, okay? And whatever I tell you in this video today, many people will not like it, and I want to ensure to you that I speak with evidence, okay? So it is not my opinion, it's not about Hendrik's opinion, no, it has to be based on evidence, okay? Now, whatever Jack Ma and Jet Li want to do, that's his issue, okay? We Wing Chunner must never follow those paths. We must follow what is the proper traditions of the Chinese martial art based on the Qi Guang time down to us today. Not anybody's invention, period, okay? I'm not against Jack Ma or Jet Li or anybody, but when we talk about Chinese martial art, the traditional Chinese martial art, we better follow what it is. It's like if we talk about the Google phone, we better base on Google, okay? We cannot simply create our stuff and make it like it is the Google creations, okay? That is not proper, both ethically and not proper in quality of the products, okay? Now, as for whatever my ex-students say about this and so forth, I want to ensure you one thing, okay? People have been taking my stuff, whatever I present, and changing it and present their own story, okay? But they have no idea what's going on. For example, this if there is no such person named Hendrik Santo, there is nobody is going to know the link to okay? And we know that by evidence and witness by the time 1988 in Iowa State University, many people already know this link, and we search to it. We base the thing on the Grandmaster Zhou Quanchuan writing, okay? Because we don't want to base on other people's writing. We verified it, but we base on somebody's well-known people, reliable sources. Okay, now, same with the white crane of Fujian. We know what it is in the Xiulin Tao set of the iYikKam 1840. However, by evidence, okay, there is no Sezhuang Grandmaster in the entire world, in the past, present, and the future. No Wing Chun. Okay, you can get the iYikKam kit for him. He will be able to read whatever the related to the but he will not know what the martial art of it. Same with the white crane people. You can get all the white crane grandmaster from Fujian today to read that iYikKam Xiulin Tao kit, and they can only figure out their part. So it's, for example, the iYikKam Xiulin Tao set of the Wing Chun is like the electrical engineering. You can get the chemical engineering guy, professor, or the mechanical engineering guy, professor, to know a certain thing in the electrical engineering, but you're not going to be able to grasp what the heck's going on with the electrical engineering. So we need to be professional, okay? And so, it has been many times I tell you, Wing Chun is based on the Shaolin short strike art. Shaolin short strike art is an evolution based on the general Qi Ji Guang art. And then you have this Mei coming in, fusing in, you have this white crane fusing in. That is what Wing Chun is about. Okay? Now, let me tell you this. If the Mei guy or the white crane guy have any idea about Wing Chun, you don't have to wait for Hendrik to tell you this. Okay? They don't know. They cannot know because they are not expert in that. It's just like you cannot ask a mechanical engineer to solve an electrical engineering problem. It's not their field. So one needs to be professional. So where is the key, the core key of all this Mei and the white crane stuff have to be put on the subordinate instead of main? Because the white crane and the Mei Zhuang do not solve the fighting characteristics of Wing Chun. It cannot solve, it cannot explain the fighting characteristic of Wing Chun. The fighting characteristic of Wing Chun, including the design of the Xiu Lin Tao set, can be explained, the core can be explained only via the Shaolin short strike art and via this book, this Shaolin books. Okay? Whatever the key core is there. So for this hundreds of years, people do not know that this is how to break, to crack the code and to see Wing Chun clearly. Is because one do not get hold on this book, study it and really seriously know what is going on with the history. See, people stop at, oh, anti-Qing. You divert into the anti-Qing story and hearsay. Oh, Red Boat, hearsay again. So tell me, what is Wing Chun? People say, well, this is based on the Shaolin, this is based on the Red Boat, and so forth, so forth, so forth, or try it, and so forth, so forth, so forth. But people don't get into the point. What is Wing Chun? It is like, for example, you ask people, so what is BJJ? They tell you, they show you right away to the details. And then they have a story, the history about, oh yeah, this is from Jiu-Jitsu, and so forth, so forth, so forth. Wing Chun is no different than that. Wing Chun have a technical details that what it is. Otherwise, what are you training? You can go train Mei Zhuang, you can decode whatever the Mei Zhuang writing in the Xiu Lin Tao, iYikKam, Kin Kit. You can do that. You can also get the white crane grandmaster and decode all the writing. But you still don't know what is that. The fighting of the Wing Chun, because Wing Chun, like it or not, is a fighting art. Otherwise, there's no place for Wing Chun to exist. Why do you want Wing Chun if you is Mei Zhuang? If it's a white crane, why do you need the name Wing Chun there? Why is it need to create Xiu Lin Tao there? Okay, you thinking the guy, our ancestor, is idiot when they create that Xiu Lin Tao? Well, sorry, it turns out that that guy, whoever created the Xiu Lin Tao, is extremely smart. Okay? Extremely scientific guy. And he knows his stuff. And so, with the finding of this book, we know exactly. So here on, nobody should use my name and my research to bullshit. Okay? The bottom line is, Wing Chun is a Shaolin short strike descendant. Mei Zhuang contribute a certain part in the body development and the force handling. The white crane contributes some, but the core is here. Okay? Has to be this clear. Now, let me explain you something over here, which people never know, people don't know, and this is the first time in history I want to explain you here. What is the Wing Chun's presence, the advanced set called? BUG, right? In the iYikKam time, it's Xiu Lim Tao. Today, the set name BUG, right? Now, if you look at the iYikKam Xiu Lim Tao, the beginning, you have the BUG or the whip type, okay, of this type of handshake. The what do you call that? The spear type of thing, okay, or dart or spear, whatever you call it, okay, the spear. Do you know that within the iYikKam Xiu Lim Tao sets, there are 3 categories of the variations of this spear, this BUG? There are 3 variations. Do you know that? And because of these 3 variations, it evolved into more variations. So the iYikKam Xiu Lim Tao set have it 1840, and the today's Xiu Lim Tao set, like Yun Kei San, all this older, they have it. Okay? So this BUG, you know where it's from? I show you where it's originated from. This is the Shaolin book. This is where it comes from. This alone tell you the 3 variations there, and it tell you about the BUG. Okay? This thing. It's a Shaolin sword strike. So let me tell you. This is the BUG. This is the BUG, the strike, right? This is the one type of the variations. And this, it varies to this, Jitsao. So this is one type, BUG. From the same BUG DNA, it changed to this one. That is the first type. Okay, so this is belong to the BUG first category. The second BUG category is this category. Okay, this category and this category. Okay. The third from this BUG is this category. Split category. That's why you see we have this. Right? This is actually a variation of this. So this is the middle, this, and this. The split, okay? So it is within this category. So if you look at the Xiu Lim Tao set, actually is based on this. Now, if you look at the mainland China older Wing Chun, they don't do this. In the Xiu Lim Tao, they do this. Okay? Because when this BUG go raise up like that, it change into that. And in the iYikKam Xiu Lim Tao, you have this and you have this. So this is missing in today's Xiu Lim Tao. Today's the 3 set Xiu Lim Tao. However, all of this is recorded in that book, the Shaolin book. Okay, so this one page, if you know how to read it. Okay, here it wrote really clearly. Here it wrote really clearly the 3 categories. So we today have the information to decode all this stuff. So in Xiu Lim Tao, we practice this type of stuff, 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 split, we practice this type of stuff and this type of stuff. all this belongs to the Shaolin short strike art. So the idea is, when I face you, okay, all this belong to the Biuji categorizations, belong to that Biuji root. Well, tell me, where in the world White Crane or Fujian or Ernest Zhuang have that? To this clear, we know what it is. Okay? And so, start from today. Don't do this. Do this. Okay? Do this. Because that is what it is. You build. Okay? Build. And on the other side, so this is a variation of Biuji. It is in your Xiu Lim Tao, and that's why we start with this. Of course, Ermei Zhuang come to play later after this, because it's using the 12 meridians to refine the usage, the handling of the mechanics of this Biuji. That's where the Ermei Zhuang played. But if you don't know this, category 1, category 2, category 3, that is the mother core of your Wing Chun, your Xiu Lim Tao set, your short strike. You can keep doing all the snakes and everything, and you don't know what it is, and that will never be able to use it in the real fighting. Okay? Now, saying so, Wing Chun is never Tai Chi. Forget about it. You can go to the entire China, northern part study, Xingyi, Bagua, Tai Chi, Yi Quan, whatever. You still don't know what is Wing Chun. You can get the best top grandmaster of the China today in all this area. They do not know Wing Chun. Okay? Wing Chun is a short strike art based on the general Qi Qi Guan. So Wing Chun characteristic is not that difficult. So we know that there is a long fist zone, there is a short strike zone. This is based on general Qi Qi Guan in Chinese martial arts. Okay? Now, Wing Chun has its characteristics. The first thing is when you face the opponent. Wing Chun do not face opponent this way, because this means one long, one short. This means imbalance. Wing Chun is like a sickle, it can cut both sides. Okay? It's a short strike, sickle, sticking body, cut both sides. So, if you look at the iYikKam salutations and the salutation in mainland China, is this type. This type meaning a balanced type, you see? It's not this. This is one long, one short. No, it is balanced side. It protects the whole body. And guess what? It can go in either from this side or from this side. See that? Either from this side or this side. But if I do this, I can get from this side, might not get from this side because it's imbalance. And because this one, your footwork is an issue. But Wing Chun is this. Using this. Okay, you can check in the video and everything, right? So it is this. So you can using different footwork to get from either side, and your hand can change all the time based on your footwork. That is the key of the long range fight of Wing Chun. So the hand is in a neutral balanced position. Based on the footwork I need, my hand adapt to that. That is Wing Chun. Long range fighting. Okay? Now, When you get to here, okay, so you need to get into the second zone or the third zone. Now, over here, you need to see things, okay? I give you the model so you know once for all. If you draw a line here, okay, and this is the half circle. So in other words, that this whole thing is a half circle. If I draw a half circle here, and you draw a line here to cut the circle into a two half circle, okay? Now, so the Wing Chun play is this. When I get into here, remember that this is a straight line. This is the round side of the half circle. Wing Chun in the middle gate door play is here. Okay? And there's another play is here. So in other words, that if you look at the half circle like this, half cycle, okay? Half cycle, this is a straight line, this is the cycle. You play in this area and then you play in the behind area. So you play in this area and you play in this area after you get in. You can get in from this area and you can get in from this area and play this area. That is the characteristic of Wing Chun in the short strike zone. And actually, the Wing Chun short strike zone and the takedown zone is fusing into one. Why? Let me explain you this, which is nobody have made it this clear in the recent decades. When you get into here, your body stick to his body, your hip stick to his thigh, sticking. So your entire seven ball sticking to him. Okay? Entire seven ball sticking to him. And over here, you play your seven balls. Up and down, from upper body to the lower body. Use your Wing Chun techniques and your seven balls to play with. Over here, same thing, but there's a different type of footwork play. Over here, okay? So, now, the key here is the sticking body and the seven balls, because when you start here, when you are here to play, it means that all your seven balls now become your weapons. All your seven balls become your weapons. Today, mostly thinking is your arm, your hand, your elbow. But people don't talk about shoulder come to play. This is because this is one of the seven balls. Your hip, your knee, your ankle, all is here. Okay? So, that is Wing Chun. I just described to you. Wing Chun, this is balance. The key is to get enter in, and from this side, and the hand actually vary or accord to the needs of the footwork. So you can go from this side or this side, and when you go here, all your seven balls is playing. Not just your hand and elbow, all your seven balls is playing here. Okay? Now we need to face a reality. Is this type of stuff Tai Chi, Bagua, Xingyi, Yiquan? No. Nobody have this kind of stuff besides Shaolin Short Strike. Is this type of stuff Ngo Zhou, Shaolin Wing Chun? No, they don't have that. Because as for Shaolin Wing Chun, remember they are a wooden dummy. You cannot go back here because this is half of the Wing Chun play versus another half here. Wing Chun is not, Shaolin Wing Chun is never Wing Chun. Because people don't Even Grandmaster Yip Man has said, but people keeping arguing it. That's why I show you. This is technical facts. If you don't train your 7 balls here, can play with this, that's not Wing Chun. Don't cheat ourselves. Don't kidding ourselves. The Ngo we distract from this far. It is not Wing Chun. You cannot do it here. Now, one thing we have to be watch out, we have to be really admit, is that if you look at the people who play BJJ, on the ground, on the takedown, all their bowls are pretty flexible. But today's Wing Chun, the most is your upper 3 bowls, your lower 3 bowls is dead. They're not using it. And actually, it's not even upper 3 bowl. How many times do you see people using their shoulder? You look at the BJJ people on the ground and take down shoulder. Did they use their shoulder? They do. So, if you look at it seriously, thus an elbow, you only use 2 out of 7 bowls, while the BJJ guy using 7 bowls. You want to fight that? You do not have enough mechanic to support the solutions. You do not have enough mechanic to support the solution which have to cover the entire fighting game. That is a big problem, the issue. You think that Wing Chun like this, elbow and this will be able, only 2 bowls, be able to handle a BJJ with the 7 bowls handling? If it's not 7 bowl, at least 6 bowl handling? If it's not 6 bowl, 5 bowl handling? You don't have the mechanics. Okay? So this is the reality. So stop going to Tai Chi, Bagua, internal art, Wing Chun, Shaolin Wing Chun, Ngo Zhou, White Crane, 二妹十二桩, and everything. You don't solve the problem. Your problem is here when you get stick here. BJJ have at least 5, 6 bowl activate. How many do you have? Did your Tai Chi solve it? Did your Jing solve that? It doesn't. It doesn't even solve the very fundamental mechanics. It is just like people have 4-wheel drive, and you know we pedal the single wheel bicycle. How are you even supposed to compare or compete with the 4-wheel drive? Face it, this is reality. Don't give me the Qi, the Dao, the Zen bullshit, okay? Just compare mechanics with mechanics. You don't have it. So here on Wing Chun, think about it, okay? Follow that book. You see how close is that stick? All the 7 balls lined up here, the play. If you don't have that, forget about it. You know you cannot compete with a 4-wheel drive because you don't have the 4-wheel drive. You're only a bicycle. Okay? So stop keeping talking about Wing Chun, Shaolin Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Bagua, Xing Yi, internal, long fist, Pigua, all everything. You can have everything there, but sir, you don't solve the issue. The issue here is we need to go stick inside there. We need to play in this 2 domain. We need to have the 7 ball all activate to stick here. Analogy, the BJJ guy cannot just have a elbow and punch and grabbing. The whole entire body is working. Look at how they play in the ground, they take down. Look at that. How they align their body and so forth in dynamic. Not all I align my spine, I have this mind power. Forget about it. Look at those BJJ when they play down in the ground and take down. Okay? This is the reality of the world. So I give you a view, an overview of what Wing Chun is about. So let's not be idiotic here on, okay? To thinking something else when we are not solving the issue. And now, today, after I spending 40 years and hundreds of thousands at least of US dollar to find this thing out, I give you guys free. But nobody should go change what I'm saying just for their own school, making their own money, making their own fame, or making their own lineages, reputations, or gain. This is for all Wing Chuners here on. Okay? You want to use my stuff, make it properly. Okay? Otherwise, all this stuff, I timestamp it. I can just write, do a patenting and those kind of stuff. But I'm giving this to the whole general Wing Chun public because Wing Chuners need this. Just imagine you have only the angle, the wrist and this plate. The most is a kick. Okay? Or then your knee, but you know, it's 4 bowls. And the BJJ have at least how many? 6, 7 bowls. You want to play that? And where's your chi come to play? Doesn't. Okay? So that is what I want to leave with you for what Wing Chun is about. You cannot go just create your own. I call it Hendrik Wing Chun. I create my thing, or this is how I think I interpret. What to interpret? You just go watch. If it is blue, you say it's blue. If it is red, you say it's red. You don't say, according to my interpretation, this is blue. Well, hello, this is red, okay? This is not blue. Don't have to use your brain, your mind to think. Just watch it, what it is. It's a red. Tell it it is red. Okay? Instead of like today, oh, my interpretation, your interpretation. What bullshit is that? Is it red? It's red. Is it blue? It's blue. Okay? Why do you need to have all this philosophy, thinking and all this, or act like you are some kind of super guru or wise man in the world, but you couldn't even tell it is red or blue in front of your eyes. And you're going to screw up all people because of that. Okay? Now, saying that, I want to share with you all. People have been, again, saying this, force flow. Wherever they do chi sao, they are doing force flow. Let me tell you how easy to see that people is bullshitting. Okay? And again, if you use my term, you better follow what I'm saying. Because you don't want to use my term or me too to make your money. Okay? The force flow play, never play this way. Never play this way. Okay, never play this counting. Never. The force flow play is putting here. The hand is here. Okay? The hand is here. The hand is here, for example. The hand is here. Right? Under the conditions, the body have the minimum move. One play the force coming back and forth. That's why it's called force flow play. The chi sao usually like that, and then the pulse like a tai chi. Never is a force flow. The force flow is you want to stational, look like at least stational. You play it this way. Center line versus center line. This is very short. If you cannot handle this force flow, you're going to run your hand, you get slapped right away here. Because this is going to attack your shin. So force flow play is at this distance. Will you be able to play the force flow without moving your arm, your hand much? Play here. to take the force or to issue the force. You're not going to do here, do here. No, just stand here. Here. Okay? Center line versus center line. Your center line versus my center line. Just put the arm there. And then use all the force to issue, the inject, to whatever. And you know that whoever hand go leave like that first, that another hand going to shoot in. That is called forceful play, according to me. When you want to play chi sao, forceful play chi sao, that's how you play. It is what it is, exactly as what it is. Okay? So what's so big deal? Why is it one couldn't even tell honestly what it is? Well, one is lying. One doesn't know what it is, and then keep lying. Okay? Now, when you get into this close, people are telling me, oh, Wing Chun doesn't have a takedown, throwing. That's called bullshit. When you get this close, okay, your shoulder with his body, your hip with this thing, your ankle, your knee with his knee and thigh and so forth, anytime that will be a throw or takedown. Because it's this close already. If you don't do that, you're dead. Okay? That's Wing Chun. That's why Wing Chun say, long coming, short receive. You want to close in. Once you close, you stick. They quit saying to take down, to trick him out. Okay? That is very scary. So you get in. When you get to there, everything comes. The entire 7 ball turn into weapon. That is Wing Chun. So, I tell you so much. Why? Because I want to activate. I want everybody, every Wing Chuners to activate all the 7 balls. Otherwise, you know it, you cannot handle Jiu-Jitsu the right art. Face it. How am I going to let you guys who do not have a 4-wheel drive, pedaling a bicycle, compete with those who have a 4-wheel drive? I'm not going to do that. Not because of me, but because we are all Wing Chuners. I want everybody know that exists a 4-wheel drive in the Wing Chun. I want everybody have that 4-wheel drive. And then we can compete. Before that, you know the result. You know the outcome. You know it cannot compete. It doesn't have the mechanics. Okay? Now the last thing I want to tell you, people have been complaining, saying Bruce Lee said the set is useful, useless, and so forth, okay, and all this thing and so forth, the sets. I want to tell you this. Again, since I'm the first one who bring out the impulse momentum theorem, I'm going to use that to dissolve all the impulse momentum theorem issue in Wing Chun and Chinese martial arts. Anybody want to use my stuff, follow, stick with what I'm saying. Don't go adding bullshit and saying that using the same term as me, okay? Yeah, I'm ego. Oh, no, I'm not ego. I'm just telling you that if we sell the Apple phone, we give the product and the name the same. You don't selling an Apple phone and then give a Google phone to that guy. Or you don't sell a Google phone to give the Apple phone to that guy. That's not proper. Okay? Now, you know in impulse momentum theorem, one side is the release time, the force of collisions, and the other side is the momentum change, or we call it as impulse. Okay? Now, martial arts is an exchange of the change of momentum, or you can look at this, an exchange of impulse. So that is a theory. Impulse, meaning that velocity change multiplied by your weight, right? Now, How to get there? That is the mechanics needed in your sets. So when you do sets, if every move cannot produce a momentum change or input, forget about that. That is useless. You don't want to do things slowly. And then you say, some days I have power. Forget about it. That's violating the impulse momentum theorem. You want to have a high impulse, you better have the high variations of velocity, and you have to have high mass, heavy mass, because it's m delta v. Okay, so everything you practice in your sets, you don't go there, oh, I do this for 2 hours and I have the chi power, mind power. It doesn't create the impulse. When you don't create impulse, you cannot use it for fighting. Compare with the guy who's slamming heavy bags for 30 minutes a day with the highest speed, and compare with us who do this slowly for 30 minutes. All bets off. You lost because you do not know how to generate the impulse. They know how to play the momentum change or the speed change. You do this slowly. How are you supposed to get it? You know, fighting is an exchange of momentum or exchange of change of momentum. Okay? Now, based on the same impulse momentum theorem, one side you have the force, the other side you have impulse divided by the release time. Okay? Now, people, when they talk about this force flow with me, they say, oh, you have this force flow path and everything. You know what's force flow path? Force flow path is the pathway which is control the time of release. For example, if I have a straight arm like that, the force get into me. Okay, like do tan sao. If I straight, the force get into me. It's really fast. If I have a bend tan sao, the time release to me will be longer. If I turn my body, the time release to me is even longer. Thereby, if I do a straight, the force come to me really effectively, less effective. This is not effective at all when I'm using the spiral turn and so forth. Okay? That pathway, that mechanics where the force come into my body is the force flow path. Okay? And the same. If I stay this far away, I'm trying to grab this thing. You see my force flow path? How long is that? How about this? Because Wing Chun is a short strike. I do it from here. I do it from here in a spiral way. How is that? How is that force flow path? Much shorter. That means the time release will be much shorter. Okay? So, force or jing, on the top you have the impulse. You need to know how to generate the impulse. And you need to know how to handle the change of the velocity or the accelerations of that generations of the impulse. And you need to know the release time, which is because force equal to the impulse divided by the release time. And you need to know the mechanics. The entire Chinese martial arts, Jing stuff, can be explained with this. Okay? So when you play your sets, ask, how is it what I'm doing contribute to this impulse generations? How is it what I'm doing here contribute to handling the time release? So that I can have high Jing, or I can control my Jing or my force. That's simple. Why do we need all this Qi and Jing and mysterious, but nobody knows what the heck is going on? So if you play set, you have this in mind, your training is good. If you don't have this in mind, that set is just moving body for what? God knows what it is. Okay? So today I break the whole thing to show you. I'm not going to live here forever. I'm going to die someday. Even maybe tomorrow I die. But it doesn't matter. Whatever I need to say, I tell you already. Okay? What is the point? The point is this. You love Wing Chun, I love Wing Chun. I'm one of the 4 million people. Do we want to see Wing Chun screw up because of our own ego, to boost our own lineage, to boost ourselves, to get into the mysterious internal, which is nonsense? Or we want every Wing Chuner to be good at Wing Chun, and Wing Chun strongly grow and produce and contribute positive result for the human race. So think about it. Okay, and this is what I share with you today. I know a lot of people will not like this video, but until we face what the heck it is, we cannot solve it. It is an engineering problem. I am just an engineer. My job as an engineer is to solve problems, and this is the solution given to you by evidence.